And welcome to the Hot Seat of College Football Show. I am Trent, your host, as today we are going to be talking about the projected lineup for the Ohio State Buckeyes on offense in 2026. Let's talk about it. Alright, so before we get into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are so close to 150. The big goal is to get to 1,000 before the start of next season, or I guess this season, the 2026 to 2027 season of college football. Remember, always hit the like button. It costs nothing, and it really benefits the video more than you guys think. YouTube promotes the videos almost double the amount as videos that don't get likes, so please hit the like button if you enjoyed today's show, and also remember to turn on the notification bell so you get a notification every single time I release a new video. Also, I just want to show off something that I got. I just bought one of these Dime Lab footballs. Kirk Benkert is the one that makes them. This isn't a sponsor, but you know, I'll even give I really like this. I'll give a little free shout out. This was like $50. It's like $60 in total. It's kind of expensive, but it's a really nice football. They have these raised laces, so like you really can flick the ball and get that rotation on it. It's designed to be like mudded already without it being mudded. They're really nice. Like, a bunch of colors. So I don't know. I've been kind of fidgeting with this thing a lot. I'm kind of it's cold. I can't throw it outside, so I'm just kind of been like tossing it up. But yeah, no, I enjoy that. But yeah, we'll get back to the video. So, I made a graphic. Let's go over to it. This is my projected 2026 Ohio State starting offensive lineup. I'm going to do a defensive one. Honestly, it'll probably come out tomorrow, probably late tomorrow. But here's the offensive lineup. The logos are where they were last year, and then the overalls are their projected overall in the next college football game, which I get it's a video game, but I love the video game, and I think it actually does kind of give it a nice kind of perspective of how good maybe the players actually are. So let's start off with Julian Sand. A lot of these guys are returning, but let's start off with Julian Sand. He's projected, I think, to be a 95 overall. He's a 93 in 26, college football 26. And he's obviously going to be the starter. Tavian will be his backup, and then you have the guy that just got something Martin or something like that. The guy they got from Maryland. That one's we're pretty sure who's going to be starting. At running back, I just made a short last night about Bo Jackson and Isaiah West. They're going to be missing all of spring because of shoulder surgery. Both of them had shoulder surgery. He's projected to be a 91 overall. So again, a good back, and his junior year, his last year, he should be one of the best running backs in the entire country. Maybe he could be one of those this year. Obviously his backups being Jacoby Jackson, the transfer from Florida, and then Isaiah West, who, I mean, like, when it's Bo Jackson's junior year and Isaiah West's junior year, I mean, Isaiah West might be better. At receiver, obviously, number one is Jeremiah. Jeremiah, 99 overall, wide receiver one. Will he be, the question is, will he be the number one overall draft pick? If Dante Moore didn't come back, potentially. But since Dante Moore came back, Dante Moore will probably be, if he lives up to how we kind of did this year, he was supposed to be the number 2 overall pick. He'll be probably number 1. Jeremiah, I think, will be 2nd or 3rd. I think maybe if Jeremiah or Dante Moore doesn't win the Heisman, maybe the Heisman is your 2nd overall pick or your 1st pick, and your first top 2 are quarterbacks. And then your 3rd pick is Jeremiah. Obviously, Jeremiah is the best player in the entire country. We all know this. But yeah, he doesn't really have any backups. I made a projected wide receiver depth chart. If you want to see I'm talking the entire wide receiver room depth chart, I'm going to pin it right here. It's going to be at the top of the screen. You should go watch it. It's, I think, the 2nd biggest video on this channel. It's a good video. YouTube likes it. You guys like it, so you should go watch it if you haven't already. The wide receiver 2 spot, and you can see it's Devin McCullen, transfer from UTSA. I have him projected at an 88 overall, so a little bit of a drop. compared to Jeremiah, a big drop, but where Carnell was, it's a bit of a drop as well. There is a couple questions on is he going to start or is Chris Henry Jr. going to start. I think it's a good question. Obviously, we have to wait till spring. Obviously, Chris Henry Jr., the number one receiver in the entire country, or he's the fourth receiver compared to On 3, but 247 I think has him as the number one receiver. He is the best receiver, 5-star in the entire class. He will be in a tight battle with Devin McCown. Obviously, getting a guy from UTSA. You look what Indiana did. A lot of those were James Madison players who Cignetti knew, so he only brought the good players. But, there's a chance that Devin McCown maybe isn't the best. And Chris Henry Jr., he is a bona fide starter, kind of like Jeremiah in his first year. And that's actually, I'm trying to think, when it was the Akron game, when it was in 2024, Jeremiah's freshman year, if you guys know, let me know down in the comments. Was Jeremiah because obviously I think Ibuka was wide receiver 1 from the start, and obviously Jeremiah took over. Was he wide receiver 2 or was he wide receiver 3? I would assume wide receiver 2 to start out the year. But yeah, I got Devin McCown just because of his veteranness compared to Chris Henry Jr. being a freshman. Devin McCown is 6 foot. Chris Henry is 6'5". And Devin McCown is really fast. Same with Kyle Parker. So maybe Devin McCown and Kyle Parker, they're the slot guy. Currently, it did the thing. It did the thing again. There we go. Currently, I have Brandon Inniss projected 85, probably like 83 overall. In the slot, he's a senior, maybe a captain again. When it comes to Brandon Inniss, if Chris Henry Jr. starts, you have Devin McCown and Kyle Parker, who are the same size. I think Kyle Parker's actually 5'11", but it's like they're all the 6 foot range. And Devin McCown and Kyle Parker are a lot faster. My thing with Brandon Inniss, I am higher on him. Like when he fumbled that punt at Washington, I wanted him gone. But coming into this year, Brandon Inniss is one of my favorite players on the team. He still is one of my favorite players on the team. But he, I will say with Brandon Inniss, he can catch the ball. He can get hit. He's a tough guy. He has a lot of character and a lot of energy that some other guys do not have, or more introverted guys don't have. I look in the Michigan game, the Rutgers game, the national title against Notre Dame last year. He can get separation sometimes from east to west, maybe not north to south, but east to west. He can get some separation. He's sometimes really shifty, sometimes he's really not shifty, but he can get hit and hold onto the ball. We saw in the Miami game, Carnell Tate was trying to catch it like this. He didn't want to get hit. Brandon Inniss is not like that. He will catch the ball, or he'll put his body, even if he doesn't catch it, he'll put his body on the line every single time. That's what I can really expect from a senior captain. Tight end is also a little bit of a mystery. Right now I have Hunter Welsing from Northwestern, projected 82 overall. Is it a step down from Max Clare? Probably, but Max Clare is one of the most disappointing players in Ohio State, the transfer portal history, which is very short, but I think like Bo Atkinson wasn't great. Ethan Onyama was probably the biggest bust, but Max Clare came in and was supposed to be a top 3 tight end behind the guy from Houston, and then Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt, and then Sadiq. He's supposed to be a top 3, top 5 tight end. He was not that. He didn't really do much at all. Wasn't really involved in the offense a lot. Whenever tight ends got the ball, it was all the backups. Max Clare didn't do much. He couldn't block well. He's kind of a quiet guy, not really a fan favorite. And then he left early. I'm like, oh my God, Max Clare, he's going to come back. He's going to be a senior. He's probably going to maybe be a captain. Here we go. He's going to be awesome. And then he leaves. I'm like, are you dumb? You are not ready for the NFL. You were at Purdue your whole career. You came to Ohio State for 1 year, didn't do anything. You have the chance to come back with Carnell Tate gone, be a fundamental piece of the offense, and you leave. So I think Max Clare is going to be the most hyped but most forgettable player in Ohio State history. Right up there with Julian Fleming. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to tight ends, with the biggest thing we hated last year from Keenan Bailey was getting all the tight ends on the field. Guys like Jelani leave, Max Clare goes to the NFL, and then we lost another one. Who do we? Will Kazmarek graduated. I miss Kazmarek. I really miss Kazmarek. So now it's going to be Hunter Welsing from Northwestern, Mason Williams, another transfer from Ohio U. And then Nate Roberts, who's going to be a sophomore, who played the fullback last year. He's a good tight end. He's very versatile when it comes to the running game. I think that'll be very good for Arthur Smith in planning up blocking schemes. Maybe even pass pro. If we're doing pass pro, bring in Nate Roberts. That's what people don't get. Bring in Kazmarek for pass pro more often. Don't do Kazmarek and Bo Jackson, because if you do that, you have to take a wide receiver off the field. Take Bo Jackson off the field. Either put in CJ Donaldson for pass pro, or put in a Kazmarek. I think that's the guy that Mason Williams can do. Hunter Welsing is more of a vertical threat guy. He's more of a catching tight end than a blocking tight end, kind of like Max Clare. I remember when Northwestern played Michigan last year, and that was a game where he was a big part. I want to see his stats in that game because I feel like he had a really big day. Michigan versus Northwest. It's probably going to give me a basketball game. No, it actually didn't. Let me go to the Hunter Welsing, 4 receptions for 81 yards. That's 20 yards per reception. That's like, for a tight end, that's big. Like that, yeah, only 4 receptions, but 81 receiving yards. 81 yards for a tight end in a game. That's a good day at the office. That's a pretty damn good day, especially when Northwestern doesn't really have any other receiving threats, and you're the guy the defense is focusing on, and you get 20 yards per reception. That's good. That's production, and that's something that we wanted more from Max Clare that we didn't get. But yeah, the last guys is the offensive line, and obviously we're gonna return 4 starters. Tegra, thank goodness he leaves to go to North Carolina. So now there is a spot at right guard missing. So it looks like they're gonna slide Phillip Daniels, the right tackle, in at guard. Put the left tackle, Austin Servold, at right tackle, and then Ian Moore at left tackle. Seems like they're going to do. Ian Moore has not played. He's 6'6". He's kind of looks like more of a skinny guy. He's tall though. I don't know. Maybe Austin Servold stays at left tackle. The problem is we didn't bring in anybody through the transfer portal. We brought in the guy from Dartmouth, who's not going to start. But Luke Montgomery is a guard, but he's playing guard. Cool. Carson Hinsman, the center. He's a guard. Phillip Daniels, kind of a tackle, but he's going to be playing guard, and Austin Servold is a guard. So we're having 4 guards, true guards, on this offensive line. Yes, they're seniors, and Ian Moore and Phillip Daniels are juniors, but I mean, maybe Ian Moore, I think he's an actual tackle, but it'll be a question. If left tackle is a big question, then I'm not going to be confident on this Ohio State offensive line. They were guys that really struggled last year. Tyler Bowen is really the weakest link. It was year 1, but it really was the weakest link in the recruiting. Or actually, not recruiting. He's actually really good. That's not what I meant. I tripped over my words. He's a great recruiter. He was the biggest, weakest link in the coaching staff when it came to on-the-field production. And he's the opposite of Justin Fry. Justin Fry can't recruit for anything, but man, he's a damn good developer. Because, I mean, he took guys like Carson Hinsman, Luke Montgomery, Austin Servold when they really haven't started, and and Josh Padilla made them destroy guys like Mateo Uyunglele, Jordan Birch. What was the other Oregon defensive tackle that went to Pittsburgh? This is Derek Harmon. Tennessee, James Pierce Jr., Notre Dame had good guys. Texas, Colin Simmons, and I forget the other edge rusher they had that went to the NFL. So Justin found ways to get these guys to destroy and handle the biggest threats in college football. So it's in them, and they're seniors now. They're more developed. It's in there somewhere. They just have to find it. Yes, you lost. Obviously, you didn't have Josh Simmons, but you had who slid out to. I'm blanking on his. How am I blanking on his name? Donovan Jackson. You had Donovan Jackson slide out to left tackle. I can't believe I forgot his name for a second. It's embarrassing. But yeah, it's Jeremiah's great. He's the best player in college football, maybe the best collegiate player we've ever seen, up there with Cam Newton, Joe Burrow, AP. But without Carnell, everyone's going to constantly be doubling him. And if Devin McKeown and Chris Henry Jr. and Kyle Parker and Brandon Inniss aren't ready, and Hunter Welsing is kind of okay, they're just going to take away Jeremiah. They're going to put heavy box on this offensive line if it doesn't work out. And then Julian will be running for his life again. And that's kind of the season. That's Jeremiah's last year. It started off with a bang and kind of fizzled out a little bit because of the mishaps of Ryan Day. And that'll be it. So there will be a lot of questions. I'll do a defensive video for the starting defense and all their projected overalls. But yeah, this is fun. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 150. Hit the like button. It costs nothing, and it really, really helps me out. And turn on the notification bell if you want to get a notification every single time I release a new video. And also, if you feel like doing a little bit extra, let me know down in the comments, how confident are you guys on this Ohio State offensive line? Because I have my questions, but we will see. But that's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, and as always, thank you.